So it's nice and wet. And if you don't want any sharp edges or hard edges in the sky, then this is an excellent way of working, because you're wetting the paper and then laying the wash on top of that. A bit of a glow in the sky. And the reason I mixed the Naples yellow and the other mixture before starting on the paper is because I want everything ready there quickly so that I can work straight away. Don't have to sort of be mixing something whilst that's drying. So here we go with the main wash. So bringing the wash down like this, and of course, because I've put the water on before, it flows reasonably well. Washers, try to put them on in one go if you can, rather than sort of reapplying paint. Doing wet into wet, like I'm blobbing in a bit of cloud here into a wet area, you really don't want to have too much water on the brush. In fact, you don't want the brush to be really wet at all, just slightly damp, and mainly paint on the brush rather than water. So quite the opposite to the main wash that I did at the start. So gradually building it up. Now it's really drying up there, so if you find that it's crawling around a bit in a way that doesn't look very nice, or you're getting the runbacks forming, then the best thing to do is to leave it alone. In fact, it's very tempting, if you're just sort of sitting in front of it, to actually give it a poke or something. Don't do that. Just let it dry, let it have its way, and then when you come back to it, if there is a runback, like a cabbage form there that you don't like, then just gently sponge it with clean water, and it'll usually disappear okay. This is the gamboge going on. I'm not mixing it with anything at the moment. I don't want this side to be quite so large and pronounced. It's got to be a sort of a less prominent. This is the focal point here. This tree together with the reflection. Dried the sky off, but I want this background ridge to be quite indistinct, but just visible. So I'm just going to re-wet that background there. And test it on the side, just to check that it's okay, and then off we go. And I'm bringing in some yellow ochre lower down, just to change the colour a little bit. There we are. Right. And then the lower part of it, as I said, I'm wetting it, leaving some bits of white there. And of course this has gone right over the bank. It doesn't matter, the bank's going to be darker than that anyway. Getting the sponge nice and wet, ready for it. So what I want to do now is to bring these ridges down. It's curving round this way, and of course this is not only curving down, but it's coming this way as well. And the yellow ochre pushes the other colours out of the way. What I'm doing is putting in this mixture of the Skywash, which was originally French ultramarine and cadmium red, with some yellow ochre added. And that's why I use this the ferrule end of the brush to work mainly on the area that I want soft. Trying to make the leaves look as though they're delicate and just about to blow off the tree. I don't want it to look as though they're sort of stuck on there, really. This tree is going to be light against a dark background, whereas that's going to be dark. And using the brush like this, again, the rough paper helps enormously. So that going into the damp, it's getting lost and blending into what's already there. Quite small ripples in the distance. I'm going to have a fairly calm area there as well. So it's burnt umber and French ultramarine. And I just want to add in some really strong dark with ultramarine and burnt umber in here before it dries. And that's going to define the bank quite light. This is the shadow side of the tree. More burnt umber going in there. Quite a bit bigger as they come closer.